And it says, Chris Hemsworth, I became a parody of myself in Thor Love and Thunder. Now, this right here makes me happy. When this next topic that we're going to get into, Lamont, when I posted the link to this the other day, was it either yesterday or the day before yesterday in the group chat? I think it was you that responded. And I don't necessarily say that I'm disagreeing with you. I think I was more surprised with your take on this. But regardless, I'm very, very happy that this actor, that this entertainer came out and said this. And it does give me hope for this character, Thor, in the MCU. I know a lot of people was disappointed with Thor Love and Thunder. And no, while it did not reach its full potential, I personally did not think it was horrible, but I'm not going to argue with anybody as far as all their other criticisms are concerned. I mean, and they say that we may get a fifth film as well, and I think we should get a fifth, and I think we should get a sixth too. I mean, right here on Rotten Tomatoes, it got a 63%, from the critics and 76% from the audience, and also it still made money. It didn't make as much money as Ragnarok, but the film was still profitable. So hey, why the hell not? So this is topic number 5, coming from the Hollywood Reporter, and it says, Chris Hemsworth, I became a parody of myself in Thor Love and Thunder. The actor feels like he owes audiences another better Marvel movie after a disappointing Thor 4. That makes me happy. That makes me happy. The actor looked back on the goofily disappointing 2022 Marvel movie in a new profile in Vanity Fair. I got caught up in the improv and the wackiness, and I became a parody of myself, Hemsworth said. I didn't stick the landing. No, he didn't. The profile noted that Hemsworth feels like he owes fans another Thor movie due to the fourth film's reception. The 40-year-old is perhaps being a bit hard on himself, something he admits he's prone to do, given the film's creative direction was largely driven by his co-writer and director Taika Waititi, who previously led the Thor franchise to what universally considered its best film. 2017's Thor Ragnarok, also while Love and Thunder might never be a fan favorite, it still grossed $760 million at the worldwide box office, and I just went over that as well on Rotten Tomatoes. And so Hemsworth also seemed to suggest that Netflix extraction films weren't hugely fulfilling endeavors. I don't understand why, noting his new role in George Miller's Furiosa was a sharp contrast after coming off filming the intense Extraction 2 for the streamer despite nursing a back injury. As soon as I got to Furiosa rehearsals, everything lifted, he said. I just got reinvigorated. Suffering with a purpose is awful. Suffering without a purpose is awful. Suffering with purpose can be rejuvenating and replenishing. I'd grown so tired of myself, and now I had to lose myself in a character. And so I don't want to read anymore. In addition, blah, blah, blah. He said he's sorry. Okay. So that's good. That's good, and I'm happy about that. First of all, you really don't hear too many actors, entertainers in Hollywood coming out and be like, hey, man, I effed up. My bad, y'all. I dropped the ball, and I owe you guys an apology. So kudos to him for that. You know what I'm saying? I do like that. I do like that. That's what's up right there. Also, I want another film. He brought up Extraction. Sam Hargrave directed both those Netflix titles. It was action crazy. I think Sam Hargrave would be perfect to come and direct at Thor 5. You know, they're going to have Hercules, and we can also get Betty Ray Bill in there and all that good stuff. But man, what do you make about these comments right here? Do you agree with him? Do you disagree? Is he being too hard on himself? Let's get the whole shebang on how you feel about this, because I'm very, very curious, and I'm pretty sure the people out there listening are too.
I wouldn't say he's being hard on himself. I think he's being honest with the way he felt he portrayed Thor in this film. But for him to think that the reason this movie didn't get the kind of acclaim that he felt like it should have had, that's not on him. I kind of feel like this apology is maybe he feels like he went a little too goof troop, but it's probably to save somebody else's job. Because when you break down the film, B, it was not his role as Thor that was the Debbie Downer of the film. For me and a lot of people just didn't like that they didn't get enough depth in the antagonist and a little bit more depth between Thor and him. It wasn't, and some people didn't like the goofiness of the film, but they didn't complain about Thor's goofiness. Now, mind you, I'm a little biased. I'm the same guy who found joy in Thor 2 when B. Avery and everybody in our chat group, they behind the woodshed and they don't even pull out the bills. They pull out the axes to chop me up, okay? Because I'm willing to admit I like Thor too. And I did like this one. It was not my favorite, but I liked it. But I understand where the drawback was at. So it's admirable for him to come out and say he's sorry. He can absolutely act, for those of you that haven't seen him outside of Thor, he can act his butt off. And I think he done this to save somebody else's skin and to possibly try to preserve his own job. Because I'm with B. Avery. We could use, we honestly, with all the storylines with Thor, we could legitimately get 3, 4 more Thors. We want to see Rune King Thor, the
Yeah.
strongest version of Thor. We would love to see that. And I think Chris Hemsworth could carry it. And I'm very excited to see him in Mad Max Furiosa. Another one of my top 20 favorite movies was the last Mad Max that came out, and I'm very interested to see him in that. So, very admirable, Chris Hemsworth, but the blame cannot solely be placed on you because the director and the editor seen your work after the fact, and they didn't choose to clean up, do no reshoot. So good try, my brother. I love that you're trying to have some accountability, but no, I don't know whose job you want to save other than yours, but good try.
Okay, right on. I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you. It's not the first time Hemsworth had admitted Thor: Love and Thunder didn't entirely work, having previously said last year that the film was too silly. Adding, I think we just had too much fun. It's always hard being the center of it and having any real perspective. I love the process. It's always a ride, but you just don't know how people are going to respond. I don't know about that last
So,
part,
B.
but
Avery,
go
did
ahead.
you feel like this version of Thor was too silly?
Yes, but I didn't hate the movie. I mean, I liked it more than everybody else. It was still slightly disappointing. I didn't think the film was trash though.
Yeah,
I can still watch
me
it.
neither.
I can still watch it and
Right.
be entertained by it. But I will admit that Ragnarok was better, and
Yeah.
I do want more. If when we do get a Thor 5, hopefully we do. Knock on some wood. They do need to take it more seriously. They do need to dial up the silliness back. But I didn't hate
I
it.
would
I didn't
agree.
hate it. You know.
I
Yeah.
didn't hate it either, but it did have some high expectations after Thor Ragnarok. I think Thor Ragnarok was the perfect mix of slapstick funny with seriousness because Thor is a serious character. This is one of the most powerful people in the MCU, and to see him be so goofy, I'm with you, definitely. I would love to see him have a little mix of Goof Troop, but really, really be serious.
Already. Already. That's what's up right there. And give me a second. I don't know why this. Oh, there it is right there. We got a super chat from Chris Sims. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it.
Yes! Yes!
Right on, right on, right on. $9.99 from Chris Sims. What up, B? Just wanted to stop by. How you doing, Lamont? Good to see you guys. Thank you so much for the super chat. I gotta figure out how to make the super chats light up on this new thing, like StreamYard, because it's showing up on yellow on YouTube, but not on the screen. But anyway, Chris, thank you so much for the super chat, my guy. I really do appreciate the $9.99. You are keeping the lights on over here. But again, guys, like I said, link is in the description box below for you to read at your own leisure. And whether you're watching via live or in the replay, please let us know your thoughts down in that comment section because we are dying to know. Like I said, we are dying to know.